It's a 3-on-1. I put myself into position and use my ulti. Then I use the silence in Stench Bob. Your Vev dies, Philippa runs away, but I bull rush her and she's dead. Only Succubus survives with 150 HP. Hello, welcome to my strategy on Saskia. Saskia is a melee hero. And she has very high health points and quite high health regeneration. Her attack damage is the lowest for a melee hero, and an attack range of 1 is also quite low. But she has good armor and good resistance. And let's look at her spells. Her first spell is Shield Strike. Now this is basically like a bull rush of Zoltan. She rushes forward and stuns anybody that came into her path. And it has normally at level 4 a stun of 2 seconds. So it can do quite a lot of damage at 250 when you max it out. But I don't really think, because of her second and third skill, I don't think you really need the damage. A longer stun is way more crucial, because ideally you wanna use this together with your second and third skill. And so a stun at 2.66 seconds is really long. So I prefer to increase that. You can try to change the range and the damage. I think the range 5 works quite well for me. Okay, and by fire and the sword is pretty much the spell that makes her what she is, and it's she channels for 2 seconds, so it's a spell that isn't instance. You have to channel it for 2 seconds, and then she drops a flame path that will do damage, initial damage, and damage over time. In my setup it's 126 damage per second, and I have the uptime to 8, so for 8 seconds in this flame path enemies will take damage at 126 per second. And why is this important? Because actually her passive is that Saskia will regenerate her health and will have an increase in her speed when she is standing in fire, in her own fire. And the health regeneration will increase by 4 times. So let's say you have 10 health regeneration. In flames this will change to 40 health regeneration. Later on in the game, when you get health regeneration of 49, she will have 196 health regeneration, or 198. So this is 198 health regeneration. It's extremely high. It's very hard to kill Saskia with such a, when she's standing in her flames late game. So this is why it's important to increase the uptime to 8 seconds to the maximum, so you have the regeneration for a longer time. And I think the range isn't that important, in my opinion. Now you can, since you can cast it at level 4 every 11 seconds, and you have an uptime of 8, you can pretty much have the flames all day long. But the problem is this 2-second cast animation, and you can get stunned during the 2-second cast animation, knocked back, silence, whatever. often good players will silence you, knock back, and stun you, so you won't be able to throw down those flames. And also those flames are stationary, so once you've thrown them down, they will stay on the ground, and enemy players can just move to the side and not take the fight in the flames. But it's also helpful just to heal up, and when there's no fight, you just throw the flames, wait 8 seconds in the flames, increase your health regeneration by 4, and you can take a pillar like that and heal up instead of running back to base or using your healing potion. Now, the Dragon Soul is her ulti that while the flames, they only have a line, the Dragon Soul, it will have it will be like a circle, but it won't do damage in the circle, only on lines. And if I'm correctly, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines on which the damage will be done. And again, you can increase the uptime to 8 seconds, which I prefer to have, just for the extra health regeneration and damage to the enemies, because again, the 172 damage from the trail is done is given per second. So the longer the uptime is, the more damage you can do over time to the enemies. And I decrease the cooldown. While it's nice to have this more often, it's way more important to have a longer uptime and do more damage, because decreasing this damage will generally decrease your damage over time, and I think that's you're almost doing 70% more damage, so that's quite important. Now with this spell again, if the enemy is not standing directly in the flames, they're not taking damage. So when you're fighting against Saskia's ulti, just walk to the side of the flames and you'll be fine. Now, because this is the 4 times multiplier of her regeneration, health regeneration is based on her basic health regeneration, it's very important to have this as high as possible. So when you looking at gear, you want to choose gear that increases her health regeneration, like 0.3 per second and 0.45 per second and 0.45 per second. So all 3 legendary gears will give you extra health regeneration. And also buying the golden armor is important, because the golden armor will give you 25 point per second extra health regeneration. Now, if you have money for the golden armor, an example at Conquest at level 6, you will probably have your normal health regeneration increased from 17 per second to 42. So that's a big drop. That's a big increase, more than 2 times. And suddenly, instead of having 75 HP regeneration in the flames, you're having 170. So that's a big difference, and I think there's no way of playing Saskia without the golden armor, no good way. And it basically comes down to the 25 per health points per second regeneration that the golden armor gives, and that are multiplied by 4 by the golden flames, by the flames. One more thing, when you take the bear buff, of Saskia, the bear buff will increase your health regeneration by 50, but it won't be counted to the multiplier of the flames. So it will be added later on. So let's see how we do with Saskia in a game. Now Saskia is best at conquest because she can take pillars really good and hold them even against 2 and 3 enemies. When you cast your flames and you have that 4-time health regeneration, you're very tanky, and so you can hold those pillars, and many mages, for example, cannot really hurt you. So that's the best way at conquest. But even here in deathmatch, she's quite good, especially if she gets combos with other heroes, like with Geralt or Sultan. Geralt's silencing dome, his second skill is very useful because she can cast her spells and her flames, and the enemies won't be able to blink out or use their abilities to get out of the flames, and also they will be slowed down by 50%. So I'm attacking, trying to get against Leffel, but he's running away, so I'm not using my flames. And see, I use the first skill, which is like a bull rush, and you can change the direction while choosing the skill. So when the enemy is moving, just change the direction of the skill. Normally I go first skill into the flames, second skill level up into the bull rush, and then I go flames, ulti, flames, and then at the end points into the first skill. But in this one I mistakenly clicked on one point too much on the bull rush. Here I just use the bull rush to or shield rush, or how it's called, to just get away of the enemy Saskia's flames. You can use this the flames also, to just get away and get out of harm's distance, or even cross water very fast. So it can be used offensively mostly for stunning your enemies and catching up with them, but also defensively, just to get faster. I often use it when I run back to base, or I'm running out of my base, just to get a little bit faster. See, I'm just not running over the enemy Saskia's flame, and now using my flame, using my my silencing bomb, and using the shield rush just to kill Eifne. That's a very good combo. First go up to the enemy, use your ulti, and then use your shield rush to stun the enemy, and use the bomb, a rooting bomb or a silencing bomb, to keep the enemy in the flames so they cannot get out of the flames. I will take the damage of the flames for a longer time. I'm playing with the green healing potion. You can also play it with the refresher pot, which gives you 10% health points more than the green healing potion, but it's over time, so you have to be careful while using this. And this is a good combo. Use your flames, then bull rush in, all the enemies take damage, and 3 enemies are dead, together with my ally Geralt's help. Now, when you're using the refresher pot, I like the instant heal of the green healing potion, and I don't really have too many mana problems with Saskia played this way. So it's up to you. I think both green healing potion and and refresher pot will work quite fine. Now, I always go for the golden armor. Pretty much there's no other way to play Saskia well, because and see, this is a good combo. When Geralt is using his silencing dome, and then use your flames, this is really good combination. And here I use my ulti, Geralt use his silencing dome, which also slows down an enemy before they can run away. They are dead. Now, so like I said, you have to go for the golden armor because of the 4-time multiplier of health regeneration in the flames. But what you go later on, it depends on your opponent's playstyles. If I'm going against opponents that stun me, knock me back or silence me, and I cannot really throw my flames effectively and they're getting cancelled, then I'm going for the vamp sword, because then with just my normal attack I'm better. But if like in this game I'm not really facing enemies that are able to cancel my flame, then I go for the middle ring, because it will increase the damage of all my skills and especially increase the damage that my flames do. So it's up to the playstyle of your enemies, whatever you choose, the ring or the sword after the golden armor. Thank you for listening. See you next time.